Welcome to the Knowledge Mobilization Basics video series for the Diabetes Action Canada Network. In this second video, I'll share with you who is involved in knowledge mobilization and why it is important to include all individuals who will use or be affected by the research results in the real world. We'll explore how involving these individuals will ensure the best chances of successful knowledge mobilization. Hi, I'm Julie Makarski, and I, along with Dr. Monica Kastner of the Diabetes Action Canada Knowledge Mobilization and Implementation Science Program, have created a series of 5 short videos that explain what knowledge mobilization is, why it matters, who is involved, and how and when to do it. We're very excited to share these videos with you, and we hope you will find them a simple and helpful introduction to knowledge mobilization. In video 1, we shared that knowledge mobilization is important to move research results, or the what works, into the real world so that it can benefit patients, the public, and the healthcare system. Video 1 also highlighted that knowledge mobilization can greatly speed up and improve the process of doing this. In the second video, we continue our series by exploring who is involved in knowledge mobilization and why. Let's begin. So, why do we need to involve certain individuals in moving research results into the real world? Because it is important to hear from those who will be affected by the research results. If we're producing research and then moving the research results into the real world to be used by certain individuals, then it only makes sense that we involve them in the process. In fact, their involvement can ensure that the research is more meaningful and usable, and therefore more easily moved and used in the real world. And who are these individuals? First, we want to involve individuals who will actually use or apply the research results to make decisions. These individuals are called knowledge users. Knowledge users can be patients and families, healthcare providers, managers, policymakers, but really anyone who will use or apply the research results to make decisions. For example, a patient may use research results to learn more about how to better self-manage their diabetes, or a clinician may use research results to change the way they screen for diabetes complications in their patients. Second, we want to include individuals who are interested in the results and how to address any identified gaps or challenges, but not necessarily to make decisions. We have previously called these individuals stakeholders, but now it's more appropriate to call them collaborators. Collaborators can include members of government, funders, researchers, healthcare providers, and health system managers, just to name a few. For example, research results may alert funders to pay more attention to a particular health condition or population group, and research results may encourage health system managers to mobilize efforts to address a problem within their organization. So, if we know that involving and engaging knowledge users and collaborators in knowledge mobilization activities is important, then what is the best way to do this? One very important way is to involve them in the production of the research itself. Research co-production, or co-production of knowledge, is a collaborative way of doing research. We can co-produce research through a strategy called Integrated Knowledge Translation, or IKT for short. IKT is considered a knowledge mobilization activity because all team members work together as partners to produce research that is more easily moved into the real world. This is because the IKT team works together and contributes to every part of the research process. When all team members engage in all of these activities, it is more likely that the research results will be used in the real world because those results will be meaningful, relevant, and usable. Each stage in the research production process is an opportunity for the team of researchers, knowledge users, and collaborators, or IKT team, to work together to increase the relevance and use of research results in the real world. For example, some of those stages are identifying the research objectives and questions, selecting the research design and study methods to best answer the research questions, selecting important outcomes and how they will be measured, data collection and related procedures, interpreting the research results, and preparing results for knowledge mobilization, including creating and executing a knowledge mobilization plan. Some examples of how the IKT team can prepare research results for knowledge mobilization include creating key messages from the results, crafting messages or recommendations in a way that is tailored to different knowledge users or collaborators, for example, using less technical language for patients and families, and identifying the best channels for communicating the messages to promote awareness of the research results. For example, through the networks, connections, affiliations, and organizations of the knowledge users and collaborators on the IKT team, or launching a social media campaign. In addition, as part of the knowledge mobilization plan, the IKT team may also produce other knowledge products, for example, infographics or a website, or they can plan a more interactive implementation activity, such as to hold a workshop with knowledge users about how the research results or innovation can actually be applied in the real world. If we take a closer look, we can see what happens when researchers, knowledge users, and collaborators intentionally, meaningfully, and successfully work together to co-produce research. It can lead to research results that are more relevant, meaningful, and usable for knowledge users and collaborators, increased exchange of knowledge and skills between researchers and knowledge users, the building of trust and shared vision among the team, because the partnership can reveal differing perspectives, expectations, and values, which in turn can promote shared understandings. The consideration of important equity, diversity, and inclusion factors, which will not only enhance team functioning, but will also ensure that relevant EDI factors are included in the research. Also, IKT can lead to sustained and long-term relationships with key knowledge users and collaborators, which can facilitate the use of research in the real world to benefit patients, the public, and the healthcare system. And lastly, IKT can support our ethical and moral responsibilities of quickly moving the research results from the research world into the real world to benefit as many people as possible and to reduce research waste. So as we can see, this research co-production partnership, or IKT, is an important activity for knowledge mobilization, which can have a ripple effect on ensuring the creation of relevant and meaningful research results. And the more relevant the research is for its intended audience, the more likely it will be used in the real world, and therefore will have the best potential to improve health, create more effective health services and products, and strengthen the healthcare system. So, to summarize the second video in our series, knowledge mobilization is a team effort. We need to involve everyone who is interested in and will benefit from the research results, as well as those who will actually be using the research results in the real world. Partnerships with researchers, knowledge users, and collaborators need to be intentional and meaningful. Relationships and people are therefore at the heart of knowledge mobilization and are essential for successful knowledge mobilization efforts. And so together, by involving knowledge users and collaborators, we will produce and implement research results that are relevant, useful, equitable, and inclusive, with the best potential to make a positive impact in the real world for patients, the public, and the healthcare system. Thanks so much for watching video 2. Please stay tuned to this channel for our upcoming videos in this Knowledge Mobilization Basics video series. We look forward to sharing more about the how, when, and where regarding knowledge mobilization in our next videos. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.